right, no, something's just not working here. Let me try and figure this out in my head. And then bring it from my head to my lips, to my mouth, and speak out. So we're going to start that process now. Okay, we're given a transfer budget. We have a wage budget. We needed to get rid of players. We needed to bring in better players than what we've got rid of. We needed to solve the wage budget. And we need to have a side that's competitive in La Liga. But more than importantly, a side that's going to be very, very competitive in the Champions League. Shit, when you say it like that, I've done it completely wrong. This ain't going to be a good season. Let's roll the titles. So guys, episode 10, Barcelona. As you can probably tell by the intro, things haven't quite gone to plan or gone as I would have liked. I have assembled a team, nothing like the Avengers. This is more the... I don't know what word there is, but it's certainly a work in progress. Pretty much skint, got no money. Yeah, so on the finance front, in terms of what we've paid out with finances, it's not the greatest. Overall balance is fantastic, so I've restored faith into the club with finances. Wages, we're saving just under £200,000 a week on the wages. So I think we need to start with the outs, just to give you an idea of what's gone. When I say what's gone, I haven't really made a lot of money, and not many people have left. So the overhaul that I was planning on so far hasn't quite materialised for obvious reasons. Well, no, not obvious reasons to you because you haven't been playing the game. I have, but for obvious reasons to me, couldn't sell these players. Why? I think we kind of know it's Barcelona. I kind of think we know that they're stupid at giving people ridiculous amounts of money on wages, with clauses in contracts and all that sort of stuff. It is very hard to sell players. I almost sold more than we've already sold. I thought the deal had gone through and the bugger turned around and said, no, they're not going to pay me enough, so I'm not going, I'm staying here. And I was like, yeah, but you're not going to play much. He's like, I don't care, I'm staying here. I'll sit here on my 3-year contract I've got remaining on 600 grand a week. I'm going nowhere. And I was like, fuck, I have to play then, aren't I? Since I decided I thought I'd have to play this individual, he's been on international duty the whole freaking time. So guys, signing number one, none other than 27-year-old Georgian D. Arascaita. I've never pronounced his name. I've heard of him, but I don't know how to say that name. So we're just going to call him George. All right. I'm probably going to nickname him George. So yeah, I thought, all right, he's 27 years of age. I've struggled on. Well, I thought I was going to struggle on the left side once I'd gotten rid of 2 or 3 players. So the idea was to get rid of 3 players, and all 3 of them was left-sided. So I thought the one player I'm probably going to keep and this player could represent my left-hand side of the attacking 4 that we're going to use. Didn't really go to plan as such. But he's 27 years of age. There's still a good 6 years in him. Probably not at the rate that we're going to be using him now. So I actually think that for the inside forward role, guys, I actually think he's quite good. A lot of you might disagree, but I'm going to use what green we've got here on show just to sort of prove that. So he has a dribbling of 16, a first touch of 17, passing at 16, 17 for technique, mentals, off the ball 14. So he's sort of familiar with a little bit of space and movement. Maybe not quite to the standard we're going to be requiring with Barcelona. Physicals, okay, right. So forget jumping. He's not he's not bad, but he's not great. He's not exactly terrible. He's just okay. So he's got good acceleration, great agility, and 14 for pace. All right, you're not going to burn past all your right backs and your left backs or whatever position you're going to be playing. but you're going to have something about you. And I actually think that he's not too bad. Let's say he's 27. I think we paid 10 million up front. Yeah, we paid 10 million for him up front. It says we got him last season, but he's not kicked a ball. We purchased him literally as soon as the window opened, or prior to the window opening, then it went through. So me talking about minimum fee release clauses, etc. with Barcelona, but £74,000 a week. Minimum fee release of 95 million. I don't know why they do that. Optional 1 year extension at the club. And I actually think he's not a bad little player, if I'm being perfectly honest. So we'll have a look at his, attacking midfielder. Uruguayan, 35 caps. So he can't be that bad. So he was my first signing, guys. Okay? No. So he can't be that bad. So he was my first signing, all right? And I'm going to show you now signing number 2. So, signing number 2 is Sandro Tonelli. Cracking little player. Picked him up. 21 years of age. So this one is certainly for the future. More for the future than previous players. But this one is definitely one for the future. He's on 100 grand a week. And I actually signed him from Brescia, and I did a little save early on in the season. Pretty much, I think it was on the beta version, and I was Brescia. And do you know what? This guy was all right. He was quite good, and I thought, you know what? I could get this guy over here. He's 21 years of age. Just look at his attributes for 21 years of age. This guy is going to be immense. He's going to be absolutely fantastic. And where else better to learn, guys, than at Barcelona or Real Madrid or Man United? He's a top club player without any shadow of a doubt. And I'm really happy I managed to sign this player. Just show you a little bit more. So, where was he? So, his contract, he's on 100 grand a week. All right, he's living the high life now. Minimum fee release clause. Again, this is something that's just thrown in there. I haven't done these. I've asked my, the other guy to do it. I'm losing my head today. I can't think of people's names. Oh, God. I've asked my director of football to do this. And to be fair, every deal we've asked him to do, he's pushed over the line. Whereas I'm sure all of you will know, from my personal experiences in like the Championship or the Premier League, and you try and sign an alright, decent kind of player, unless you've got a very good director of football, it's very hard to get the deals over the line. So I'm very fortunate with these, that these deals, I've had no issues getting any deals over the line. So, this guy has, for me, been a bit of a steal for £13 million up front. And I think the transfer, I can't think what his transfer offer was, but anyway, there is probably a way of showing me, and because I'm using this new way, I'm absolutely lost, but I'm still enjoying it. So his happiness, we won't go on that, I went on the wrong one. So we need to go. So he's an elite midfielder, he's 21 years of age, he's a 3.5-star reputation already. This guy is going to be immense. So with that said, guys, we're going to switch over now, and we're going to go over to the next in. So next in is 27-year-old Memphis Depay. So, as I say, I found it tough. This save is going to be very difficult. We haven't gelled. We're struggling with results. The one thing I like about Memphis Depay is his average rating is so good. It's really good. It's what you want to see from a player of this caliber with this sort of average rating, and he's really consistent with how he performs. And I think that's just real credit to the player himself. So it tells me he's hard working and he's determined, and that's what I've sort of gone for. He's determined players this season. Not that it's not representing that so far. But again, look at his credentials. He's full of green. First touch at 16, finishing at 15, free kick taking 14, passing 15, 16 of technique, 17 flair, 16 pace. That just spells goals to me. Goals and creations. That's all he is. I don't care about him defending. He's doing none of that. He's just going to be staying up top. Not sure where I'm playing him yet. I've only just recently purchased him, so he's played, I think, one game for me or something, or literally a game, or some involvement in the game, and very quiet. You know, he's coming into a new system. It is going to be a little while for him to get used to it, but again, it's Barcelona, it's football. With that said, there has been a slight tinkering of the tactics. I've gone into control possession. Now we're learning control possession. We're trying it out because I feel last season, yes, we won the league, but it was more, if you're going to score 3, we're going to score 4. And I wanted to sort of take the conceding away. And I'm thinking, what better way to take the conceding away than to keep the ball? So we have gone to Normality of Tactics for Barcelona, which is basically a controlled possession. You know, slow the pace down, pass the ball around and look for the openings and make the openings and working the ball into the box. That's what we're going for, and we have been abysmal. So there's one more signing to show you guys, so I'm just going to get back over to that. First, actually, just a little bit more about Memphis. So he's classed as a striker. I would personally use him as an inside forward left. Same sort of thing, it's just sort of more of a deeper role as a striker. What did we pay for him? I don't think we paid too much, you know. 35 total, but we put an outlay of... I think we paid an outlay of 20 million up front, or 25 million. Yeah, it was 20 million up front. Over 3 years, instalments for another 15 million, I think it was, or something like that. And then 500,000 after so many appearances, and they swallowed it. So I was quite fortunate and quite lucky that negotiations for this did not drag on at all, which is more than I can say about the next player that we signed, viewers. It was hell. So with that said, guys, I'm going to show you who it is. So finally, guys, this was the number 1 target, Bruno Fernandez. So the idea was Bruno Fernandez in, Coutinho out, Messi out, Griezmann out, Dembele out, and anyone else that wanted to follow. Okay, I was adamant I was going to keep PK, testimonial year, we've played a testimonial. He was going nowhere. I was quite happy with my back line. I wanted to add to it, but found it a little bit difficult, I won't lie. So I've been concentrating on forward play more than anything coming at us. Because, alright, it was only the Champions League we struggled defensively. I want to rectify it. I've tried to rectify it and I've struggled. So I thought, I'll concentrate on Bruno Fernandez. I tried everything to land this player. Manchester United said, oh, they're interested in Dembele. Oh, they're interested in Sergio. Oh, they're interested in this player. And I was like, okay, well, now they've mentioned all that. I'd already declared an interest for Bruno Fernandez. So my first bid went in of a swap for Dembele, Bruno Fernandez, and I threw in like 20 million. No, not happy. Okay. I'm not going to give him more than 1 player. So this carried on back and forth for maybe 7 or 8 times. And I was like, you know what? I'm losing faith. I'm not going to get this guy. So there is someone I went after. I can't think who he is. Just bear me 1 second, guys. So this is the guy I went for as a alternative to Bruno Fernandez. He's got a lot about him. I'm sorry, I'm not good with names. Until I saw this guy on there, I'd never heard of him. So, you know, don't be shocked. Don't fall off your seat. I hadn't heard of this guy. So I was like, you know what? This guy's got a lot about him. And he's 21. And I'm thinking, this is a player for the future. So bearing in mind I'd had 8 tries at getting Bruno. Maybe 9 tries at trying to get Bruno. And they just kept coming back with the same old crap. No, we want more, we want more. They wanted like 140 million for him. And I was like, okay, fine. That's not going to happen. What about this guy? So I thought, do you know what? I'm going to have a cheeky little bid at this guy. Where was he at? Was he at Juventus already? I think he may well have been. Yeah, he was. And I was like, you know what? I'll have a cheeky little pop for him. Well, this turned out to be a war. Worse than getting Bruno Fernandez this deal. So I couldn't get this deal over the line either. They were asking for absolutely ridiculous amounts of money. I mean, money I couldn't really spend. So I thought, okay, I've got to cut my losses. I'm not going to get this guy. I'm not going to get Bruno Fernandez. And then Man United made a bid for Roberto. And they wanted Roberto. So I thought, okay, maybe we could do a swap deal in this, guys. So I tried a swap deal. It went on and on and on. Manchester United was not interested in any form of swap deal plus cash, swap deals plus 2 players, nothing, absolutely nothing. So I thought, okay, right, fine, they're going to play hardball with me, I'm going to play hardball with them. The player they want from me, they can swivel, not going to happen. Director of football accepted the first freaking bid. And of course you can put a stop to it, but I didn't want to do that. I'm trying to trust the director of football's choices in players. And we sold Sergio Roberto to Manchester United for £60 million, guys. So there's a little spoiler alert from what's coming up with a preview of who I've sold. And I thought, okay, I've got a bit more cash now. That will now allow me to purchase Bruno Fernandez with the money I had. So I sold some more players prior to this that allowed me to get some more finances. So I had £108 million in the bank. And bearing in mind I was only given 86 to start with. So to sell 2 world-class players and only bump it up by an extra 25 million shows you what they were keeping in the club and not putting into the transfer funds. So you've seen what's in the club now. There's a hell of a lot of money in the club, 131 million or whatever it is. So a good portion of that is all because of the transfer fees. And because the club wouldn't give me a lot, I was really at my wit's end, and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to cut my losses. So I left it and I played the game, got the game through, started getting some more players in and looking around. And I just couldn't let it go. And I'm like, right, 2 players have gone, 2 creative players have gone. I've got to replace with at least one. I had to. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to set my stall, I'm just going to look. So I went and had a little look at Bruno Fernandez and his agent. I had a little chat with the agent, and the agent says, we think you could get him for this, but you need to promise my player X, Y and Z. So I put a cheeky bid in again, more than I'd put in before, and it was kicked away. And I was like, right, that's it, definitely not going to do no more. So I continued the game, guys, left it. The creativity was abysmal. Absolute abysmal. And I thought, you know what? My cranium wouldn't settle and just say, you've lost him. This is Barcelona. If I can't persuade a player to come to my club, which is the biggest financial club in the world, bar Real Madrid, I think, or in fact including Real Madrid. I know Man United is the biggest franchise. If I can't pull in a player from Manchester United that's now come and said he wants to leave, then I need to quit the game, because I clearly haven't got the power, the pulling power. So my final bid, once Bruno came out and said he was going to leave and he wants to put a transfer in, I bid 80 million to Manchester United in cash up front, which I didn't want to do, and I built it up to 113 add-ons. So one of them is if we win the European Cup, which we're probably not going to, which is why I included it in the negotiations, I took control of this negotiation. I made sure that, you know, if we won the European Cup, or the Champions League is what it's known as, sorry, I would pay 30 million to Manchester United. As much as I want to win it, I don't want to fork out all this money. So we did get Bruno Fernandez, and I'm so happy we got him. So I'm going to go back to Bruno now and just quickly talk a little bit more about him. It's taking its time, this one, but it's the way it goes. So back to Bruno. So look, we've gone through Bruno. I don't want to keep going over and going over. His contract is there. Minimum fee, 375 million. We know that's never going to get hit. You know, so what small portion he gets to what Man United get is a lot different. There you go, 110 million in total. I thought it was a bit more than that. So maybe I'm only paying 20 million in fees for winning the Champions League. So that's where we're at, guys, for ins. I'm now going to go to the outs. Sorry for keeping you. We'll run through this one quickly. So, guys, first one out of the club is Sergio Roberto. 63 million we've sold him for. 29 years of age. I couldn't say no, so we've took a deal with Man United. Over to Manchester he went, where it's raining all the time, and good luck. He's changed sunny Spain for Manchester, so fair play to him. He was the first one out the door. Let's go to the next one. Player number 2 out the door is Coutinho. £60 million to PSG. Goodbye, Coutinho. He didn't do a great deal for me. Yes, he's got a lot of green. Yes, it's good. It just didn't work in my system. So, bye-bye, Coutinho. Go and have fun in Paris, mate. So, we've had a few go out on loan and a few players that you've probably never heard of and don't mean a great deal. So, we've got Musa Wagyu, who's gone to them for £1 million. Gavi, youngster, 17 years of age, has gone out on loan. Riyad has gone out on loan as well. The striker Manej has gone out on loan. He needs to learn some more football. So, 24 years of age, he's just not cutting it with us. And so where are we? Yeah, that's it. That is it. That's all that's in and out. So, for this season. That's it, guys. Just bear me 1 second and we'll be right back. So in the midst of all that, guys, Messi left on a free. We couldn't get anything. There was a moment where I thought we're actually going to get some money for him. He was in negotiations with none other than Manchester United. But of course, Manchester United wouldn't pay me £640 million. Sorry, 640 grand a week wages. So United closed the deal and said, no, we're shutting the book on it. We're not having him. So I was 29 million we was getting for him. And if he'd gone that week, then the following week would have been when he would have gone for free. So Man United were going to give us 29 million for Messi, but Messi couldn't agree terms. I still think he's a free agent. He's probably going to go somewhere like PSG or Real Madrid. He's going to go to a big club like that where he's wanted. I did look at him and think maybe I could bring him back in on my terms this time, on maybe a couple of hundred a week, but he wasn't interested, and I was only just having a feel to see if it'd be worth it. Unfortunately, guys, Griezmann is still with us, which I'm not happy about. I've tried to get rid of him again. Manchester United came in for him, couldn't agree wages, personal terms. The deal over the line was 63 million quid. It was all done and dusted, and he just wouldn't go to United because they weren't paying him stupid amounts of money on a week. United were offering him like 350 grand a week, and he said no. So a little bit disappointed. So the squad I am unhappy with. So it's going to be a bit difficult, but this is the team, and I do feel it's not going to be good enough to win the league. If it does become a good side to win the league, then I'll tell you what I'll do, viewers, at the end of the series, I'll run around there naked. I'm just kidding. I'll be amazed if we win the league this season. Certainly not going to win Europe. And we may win a Copa del Rey again. It just depends. So, we've still got players to put back in the team. We've got players to integrate into the team. Might be some migration coming on with from the under 23s or the B side, should we say. So there's going to be a bit of that going on this season, because I have said I'm going to use the youngsters, hence 2 youngsters that played today's game. So I hope you can just bear with me for a few more episodes whilst we get this in motion. And once we get this in motion, we could be like a steam train again, guys. We really, really could be like a steam train. But I just need you guys to keep watching, because the views have gone down again. So please subscribe, comments, thumbs up. It mean the world to me. And until we meet again next time, viewers, on episode 11, from me, Mr. Cuddly, it's over and out, guys. Take care.